Next, though, we meet a pair of guys who seem to let nothing stand in their way. Craig Lundberg was blinded fighting in Iraq, and Martin Hewitt lost the use of his arm when he was shot in Afghanistan.
But they've just finished training in the French Alps for their biggest challenge yet. Earlier, they came into studio and I started by asking them to give us an idea of what they'll be doing for the next month.
The latest challenge is starting tomorrow. We fly out to Alaska to climb Mount McKinley, which is the highest mountain in North America.
You sound very relaxed about it. You're just mentioning it on the off chance there.
Yeah, well, you get used to doing these things. You know, I've established something now called the Grand Slam, or the Adaptive Grand Slam, as I'm calling it, because we're doing it with a few adaptations because of our injuries, which is the 7 highest peaks on the 7 continents and the North and South Pole. So it's in the big picture, it's one of several expeditions that we've got to launch over the next few years.
Now, Craig, you guys have been in Chamonix, haven't you? You've been training there. Craig, how's it been going?
Yeah, it's been really good. New experiences, meeting some of the lads and really getting some teamwork and bonding going, because the 6 lads that I'm going with will spend a lot of time together up on the mountain, so that was very important that we sort of got some time before we went.
And you've done Kilimanjaro, haven't you? So how does this compare?
Totally different. Kilimanjaro will probably be a walk in the park compared to this. It was summit day, you can get down to -70, so temperature-wise, totally different, and it's going to be a lot harder because we're self-supported, so pulling all our own equipment, no Sherpas, no nothing. It's just us 6 on the mountain, and that's it.
Martin, give us an idea of the injuries, the disabilities that your team are suffering from.
Yeah, so within this team we've got myself with a paralysed right arm and paralysed chest. Craig's obviously completely blind, and then Jacko, who walked to the North Pole with me and attempted Everest with me last year, has got an amputated arm just below the elbow, but he's also got a lot of muscle tissue damage to his left leg. We then got a professional guide who's with us on the expedition, and 2 other colleagues. It
seems an obvious question, but why do you do it?
I think there's 2 levels to this. There's the personal level, which is about challenge and achievement and trying to push people's perceived boundaries. And then there's a professional level. You know, since leaving the army, I've got involved with a development consultancy. I'm now a leadership and development consultant. And really, if we're gonna really push in that field, we've got to continue to practice what we try and encourage others to do. So we come at it from 2 different angles, really.
Craig, you have been in films, Olympic torch, Kilimanjaro, flown planes, done marathons. And do you not think it's a bit weird, actually, that you probably wouldn't have done any of this stuff if you hadn't been injured?
No, definitely. I think being injured is one of the better things to sort of happen to me in my life. It's
a weird thing to say.
It is. It's a crazy thing to say, and not just that, but if I probably wouldn't have been blind, I probably wouldn't have met my girlfriend and have the baby that I've got now at the moment, which is probably the biggest achievement in my life at the moment. And so yeah, so it was a massive turning point, and I've turned it into a positive and created a lot of these opportunities myself, which is hard work to do, because you've got to pick yourself up off the floor when you're at your lowest. But if you do apply it and apply yourself, then all these opportunities arise.
Do you think you're inspirational, you 2?
No.
You knew they were going to say that, didn't you?
You are. So there you go. Listen, thanks very much for coming in.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very best of luck. To find out more about Martin and Craig's expedition, go to our website, itv.com/Granada, or you can click through to their website to find out more about their Grand Slam challenge.